Howdy folks, Santoria here. Apologize for not posting sooner. I have been under the weather and have not been taking care of my video making lately. So thought today I'd give you just a little something, a little peek at my wee garden. It's essentially a raised bed garden, but it's in big pots. And most of these are syrup tubs, mineral tubs for cattle that the cattle have gotten all the minerals out of, and you end up with these pots left over, but they're nice and deep. And so I just got a little garden going. There's some ginger in the back and some garlic. Looks like it's ready to pluck out and dry out. Some sweet potato slips that I need to get planted. There's gonna be a tub of amaranth, a couple of different varieties that I was checking to see how they would grow out here under these conditions. Some Swiss chard, some lettuce that has gone to seed there behind the Swiss chard. A little bit of basil there in the edge. These two in the back, these are, what was that? Jerusalem artichoke, that's what these two in the back are. They're starting to make their little flowers. They make a little tuber that you can eat, and they're in their little pots. My little elephant ear plants here, this is taro root. So you let these get, I don't know how big, and then you pluck out the bulb and you eat that bulb that's growing here underneath. Now you may see on some of these pots, I got a little ceramic nook sticking up with a little stopper in it. You can put water in that and it will seep through the ceramic and help water your plants in this hot climate. There's another one. I got a couple over there. So yeah, those are really nice. I've enjoyed them this year. They've helped keep my plants watered because it just gets so darn hot down here. Got a few pots over here with some small trees coming up that I started from seed this year. So this is their first year of growth. Those are Osage orange. Some people call them horse apple trees. They're Osage orange. The Native Americans preferred their wood for making bow and arrows, so that's a really nice hardwood, once they're a little older, not right at this stage. Those are water jugs that I have painted and put a few holes in the bottom and use those as pots. Got me a couple swimming pools here, kiddie pools that I've put some dirt in. Made those my little garden. There's some more of that amaranth out here by the old horse trailer. Got some amaranth. I got a lot of bugs this year. The snails and the grasshoppers. Ooh, they've been having a feast. Tell you what. But we still got some stuff going. There's a little frog moving in there. This is acorn squash. I've planted way too many, way too close together. You can see this right here. That's a sweet potato vine coming up through there. So my old rotted sweet potatoes, I threw in the bottom of this to take up a lot of the room, hoping they would compost. See, there they are, right there. And no, they sprouted. They did not compost, they sprouted. I thought, well, keep that in mind next year. A couple ears of corn here coming up. I got, 8 or 10 stalks with 1 or 2 heads apiece. You can see the corn coming up through there. There's more of that sweet potato vine. This right here, this is Egyptian spinach, which is supposed to really like this hot weather that we have here in Texas. It's a little tall, as you can see. You're supposed to be able to pluck these leaves off and eat them. They're a little scratchy for my taste. But the flavor, they taste like lettuce. I imagine if I had them in a bowl with some dressing, they would be just fine. Somewhere down here on the bottom, there's some beans that I planted. Ideally, you do the 3 sisters together with your corn and your beans and your squash around the bottom, but my squash is next door, and it helps keep the plant eaters at bay, the ants mainly. this tiny little disaster in the middle, somebody gifted me a couple of cantaloupe plants and a watermelon plant. And I had nowhere to put them in a pot to try them. So I stuck them all on the ground way too close here together, and last couple of days they just took off. I got a few blooms in there. Let's see, there's one right there that are thinking about making fruit for me. The darker petals with sort of the spots on them, I don't know if that's a disease or if they're supposed to look like that, but these darker ones with the spot, that's the watermelon. And then these here are the cantaloupe. So we'll see if they're too close together to make any fruit or not. So our little turmeric coming up there. This is a lemon balm. It smells delicious if you rub against the leaves and then smell your hand. It smells yummy-licious. There's some Malabar spinach there in a pot, fixing to take off. It's got shoots going off in all directions there. It's another one of my little pools. It's a garden that has a bunch of dying lettuce in it, going to seed. There's my little bitty rosemary plant there. And the mint is taking off. This is spearmint. And then in my other little pool, I have peppermint. Where is that at? There's my peppermint growing up in that other little tub. I'm trying a couple of shoots of sugar cane. Those love water, so if you see here, I got those sitting in a pot that doesn't drain. I keep an inch or so in there all the time so they can get all the water they want. Looks like I need to do some weeding. Got some weeds in here that don't belong. You know how that goes. Anyhow, sugar cane's trying to do its thing. It's got a little height to it. I'm real excited about that. Here is some lemon basil, also going to flower, be it seed soon. That also smells yummy-licious. Some moringa. These are both in a pot together. Here's a little piece of turmeric that I ran out of room in the other bucket, so I put it in here to plant. I have several tomato plants here, also in them thick tubs, syrup tubs, as pots, put a few holes in the bottom. There's tomato plants, they're starting to put some blooms on now. I've been out of town a couple days and they did not get water, so they look a little peaked, but they'll come right back when I water them after I finish this video here. Here is my comfrey. There, comfrey's pretty happy. You can see that mint really well. I got some Brussels sprouts there trying to come up. Again, the bugs have been really bad. The grasshoppers have been getting in everything and chowing down this year. So anyway, got a few cinder blocks there to hold that end up. Mostly pallets and then a couple cinder blocks because that's what I had. Because that pool was too big for just the pallets. And then that gets up to waist level, which I really like. These other two pools, they're down there on the ground, but you know, you do what you can. Do what you can with what you got. And learn along the way. It's my little trees again. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed my little garden. Look at my little funky garden I got going on here. It ain't much, but it's mine, and the best part is I'm learning. So you start small and you learn, and then as you get better, you can do more with it and grow more things and be more self-sufficient, if you will. So thanks so much for joining me today. God bless.